Did a hospital in Mobile, Alabama screw up the safe haven law? Let's talk about it. July 5th, woman goes into a hospital, gives birth, walks out. Guess what? 5 days later, she's arrested for child abandonment and chemical endangerment of a child. Now, I looked this up to make sure that I knew exactly what it was, which I was afraid that this is what it was. The chemical exposure law makes it a Class C felony when a person knowingly, recklessly, or intentionally causes or permits a child to be exposed to ingest, or inhale, or to have contact with a controlled substance, chemical substance, or drug paraphernalia. Hear me out here, people. Hear me out. This woman walked into a hospital and gave birth safely with medical personnel present. And then she left. Now, maybe she didn't say, I want to surrender under the safe haven law. Maybe she didn't say that. But what is your intention of giving birth in a hospital and then leaving the child there? It's because you want someone to take care of this child. She didn't give birth in an alleyway and dump this child in a dumpster like we just seen few days ago in Reno, Nevada. No, this woman goes into a hospital, leaves a baby with people that she knows that can take care of this child. Now, I know that this woman, she's got some shit going on, okay? She had some other warrants. I don't even know. But this specific case that she's charged with, we're going backwards. We're going backwards. Women were hiding the fact. And there's a case out of Arizona. I'm going to pull this. I should have pulled it before I started doing this TikTok. There's a case out of Arizona where a baby was left outside in a car seat, and the mother was found through a DNA. She was arrested on a felony. They took her DNA and found out that she had abandoned a child like a year before. They asked her about the safe haven law, and she said, yeah, I knew about the safe haven law, but I was afraid I was going to get in trouble because I was addicted to drugs. And so she left this baby out in the weather. That is what is going to continue to happen if we charge women who give birth to babies that have weed in their system, meth in their system. Is it ideal for a woman to do drugs and give birth? No, of course we don't want a woman to do drugs. Of course we don't want her to do drugs, especially when she's pregnant. But what we don't want is this baby ending up in a dumpster because she wants to hide the fact that she's got a drug problem. Okay? I don't know. Another question that we need to ask is, did the hospital fail this mom? Did the hospital fail this mother? Because I can tell you, hospitals aren't trained on safe haven. We just went through this last week at the hospital in Indiana that screwed up the safe haven surrender that we were facilitating. Okay, they're not trained. There's a handful of them that know exactly what they're doing. The majority of them have no freaking clue. All they had to do was say, are you surrendering under the safe haven law? If she didn't say that, are you surrendering under the safe haven law? She could have walked out of there, no questions asked. Did the hospital not tell her? Because I don't think safe haven failed her. I think safe haven is alive and well in Alabama. I think we are doing a lot of good work down there, getting the education and the awareness out and getting the boxes in. I don't think safe haven failed her. Either the state failed her or that hospital failed her. And I know that there's going to be people out there that say that there's more to this story, and I hope there is more to this story, because this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense to me. I would love to know your thoughts. This is a really long video. I apologize, but I would love to know your thoughts on this case. Should she be charged with child abandonment and chemical endangerment?